How's it going, everyone? This is the Irish Patriot here on May the 8th, 2016, and I thought I'd start this video with a lighter note with a little bit of Prince. So I'm gonna continue my conversation, an exposure of Agenda 21 and what it is, and I have in front of me the United Nations Agenda 21 document, Sustainable Development for Ireland, and this is part two of the analysis of Agenda 21. So I'm just going to continue here. Status. The use of energy in Ireland is growing. Between 1980 and 1993, the total primary energy requirements grew by 24%. The amount of energy consumed per capita is also increasing, and this trend is projected to continue. The growth has been driven principally by marked increases in energy use in the transport and commercial sectors. The industrial sector, on the other hand, has decreased its energy consumption by 19% since 1980. Under the Transport Operational Programme 1994 to 1999, the investment in railroads has increased by 3% of the total amount available in the programme for the period 1989 to 1993 to 11% for the period 1994 to 1999. Urban transport has increased in the same period from 2% to 14%, and non-national roads from 8% to 17%. Targets in relation to waste reductions and recycling include stabilisation and reversal of the growth in waste production in the short term to stabilise municipal waste arising generally at 350 kilos per year per capita, and in the longer term to 2010 to reduce these wastes by 20%, to divert 20% of municipal waste from landfill by recycling by 1999, to achieve a recycling rate of at least 30% of packaging waste by 1999, to increase the recovery rate for packaging waste to 27% by 2001, and to at least 50% by 2005, to recycle 35% of this word here municipal waste by 2013, and to recycle at least 50% of construction and demolition waste by 2003, with a progressive increase to at least 85% over 15 years from 1998. 5 to 20% of investment in Dublin's Transportation Initiative. This is a document here. The Dublin Transportation Initiative is a Agenda 21 United Nations document, not implemented or not drafted by any of the people in Ireland or the public. It's drafted by United Nations, and it's a top-down agenda that's fed through local councils. And this your document is actually for another day. It's another sustainable development, and it's as it says there, it's a Dublin Transportation plan or initiative. So 5 to 20% of investment in Dublin Transportation Initiative is earmarked for a general improvement in improved traffic management and enforcement and enhanced facilities to accommodate an increase of cycling and walking. There you go. To accommodate an increase of cycling and walking. Progress on the initiative's 1995 strategy has been achieved across a number of fronts to date, including improvements in public transport, both bus and rail, and in facilities for cyclists and pedestrians, as well as significant investment in traffic calming and traffic management. Why are they trying to calm the traffic down? And why are they pushing facilities for cyclists and pedestrians? They're planning this, they're getting this all in place to get us off our cars and walking and biking everywhere, I'm telling you. In addition, there has been significant progress in achieving widespread public acceptance of the need for a holistic approach to transportation planning with an emphasis on the more sustainable models: public transport, cycling, and walking. Here we go. They're telling us what they're going to do. In addition, there has been significant progress in achieving widespread public acceptance, public brainwashing, of the need for a holistic approach to transportation planning with an emphasis on the more sustainable modes: public transport, cycling, and walking. Do you see driving cars mentioned there? No, they don't want you driving. Despite this progress, there has been some slippage in the implementation of the full strategy, and this, coupled with increased demand for travel in the strategy area, has led to the preparation of a short-term action plan, 1998, to address immediate needs. The plan is designed to accelerate the implementation of those elements of the DTI strategy that can be completed in the period up to the year 2000. It focuses on public transport enhancement, traffic management, parking policy, and the provision of promoting of cycling facilities, and also includes a comprehensive public information campaign to promote sustainable transport choices. There we go. This is pure New World Order stuff right here. They're telling us what they're going to do. One of the objectives in the National Development Plan, which is right here, I have it up somewhere. Ireland National Development Plan 2000-2006. And this development plan was not constructed by the Irish people. This was constructed by the European Union Community Support Framework, Ireland Economic and Social Infrastructure Operational Programme, and they give this down into the Irish government to implement this at local level. Contents. See, read here, law. Sustainable energy. Everything's sustainable. Continuing. One of the objectives in the National Development Plan and the Community Support Framework is a strong management of tourism policy, with special attention being paid to measures which will encourage a greater seasonal spread of activities, whatever that means. Since 1990, Dublin has had a permanent ban on marketing, sale and distribution of bituminous coal. This was extended to Cork in 1995 and to a further 5 cities and towns in 1998. The purpose is to improve air quality in these urban areas. In connection with these bans, a special weekly allowance paid by the Government of Social, Community and Family Affairs to lower income groups has helped overcome the increased cost of more environmentally friendly fuels in comparison to bituminous coal. So here we go. The government's given handouts to these renewable energy companies, because they'll fail if they don't. Ireland participates in the Therm-I and SAVE programs within the European Union. The aim of the farmer is to promote new technologies for improving energy efficiency and to enhance the use of alternative energy sources. The objective of the latter is to promote efficient energy use on the demand side, focusing on key areas including boilers, buildings, car inspection systems, and energy audits. In general, any methods adopted by industry are on a voluntary basis. As noted above, however, the mandatory requirements of integrated pollution control licensing for larger industries and activities include the introduction of environmental management systems that may incorporate changes in methods and processes. The Environmental Protection Agency has reported that since the introduction of IPC licensing in May 1994 and the issuing of the first IPC license in 1995, there has been a noticeable swing away in many IPC licensed companies from investment in end-of-pipe technologies in favor of source reduction of pollutants. The change of emphasis is taking the form of changing from hazardous to less hazardous materials, rationalization and reduction of solvent use, reduction in water use, and more efficient use of energy. A pilot demonstration initiative on cleaner production carried out as part of the R&D sub-program of the Operational Programme for Environmental Services 1994 to 1999 was approved in late 1996. The initiative was to be implemented in 2 phases under the direction of Environmental Protection Agency, aided by an independent consultancy team. Companies selected would be expected to implement and an approved cleaner production environmental management program within 1 year. Following this, the companies would participate in a publicity campaign to disseminate the findings to a wider industry audience. So here, what I just said there, that's pure fascism. The European Union will choose whatever companies they want to push and publicize this propaganda to a wider industry audience. This is not a free capitalist society. This is a fascism. Following an open call for proposals, which was advertised in the press in January 1999, 14 companies were selected. For participation in the demonstration program. Contracts were signed in June, and the program was formally launched in October 1997. Projects in the program included waste reduction, conversion of waste, recycling, effluent and emissions reduction, and the implementation of environmental management systems. The participant companies were from a range of sectors including dairy, pharmaceuticals, metal finishing, tannery, printing, textiles, and the hospitality sector. The 14 companies completed their projects by September 1998 and are now engaged in the publicity phase. Case study reports have been published and synthesis and final reports are currently being prepared. As noted above, the Environmental Protection Agency has identified a noticeable trend in IPC licensed companies towards more sustainable production, for example, through more efficient use of energy and water. Challenges. Constraints include Ireland's strong growing economy, which leads to increasing energy and transport use. These make the move to more sustainable production and consumption in these sectors both more crucial and more difficult. Capacity building, education, training and awareness raising programs for industry. A training program in environmental management was launched early in 1997 by the employers body IBEC, Irish Business and Employers Confederation, in conjunction with the Environmental Protection Agency, the Clean Technology Centre and TASCA, the National Trust for Ireland, a major NGO. This partnership brings together the expertise of these groups to raise awareness of environmental issues. The training program covers the legal, technical, community and financial aspects of sustainable development in an industrial context. It aims to help to develop in Irish industry a proactive approach to environmental management and also to improve interaction between business and non-governmental organisations in the field of the environment. The main objective of the programme is to use training to improve the environmental performance of Irish industry. Programmes for consumers/domestic households. The GAP Household Eco Team Programme, operated by the NGO Global Action Plan Ireland, is designed to guide and support individuals in taking effective action for the environment through reducing waste, improving water and energy efficiency, improving transport efficiency, becoming eco-wise consumers, and empowering others through home, workplace and community action. While operating a fairly small scale to date, the programme is supported by a number of local authorities around the country and has also achieved some funding from the Department of the Environment and local government. It is seen as both a means of raising awareness on sustainable development issues and a practical contribution towards achieving local Agenda 21 objectives. The annual Energy Awareness Week, coordinated in the Irish Energy Centre on behalf of the Minister of the State at the Department of Public Enterprise and Energy Advisory Board, remains the single most important platform for promoting energy efficiency in Ireland. The two objectives of the 1998 campaign were to create a clear link for consumers between energy efficiency and sustainability, and to effect maximum energy savings through the promotion of energy efficient products and services. The primary target audience was household consumers. The campaign informed them of how much energy they use, where it comes from, and the long-term implications of current consumption trends. It aimed to make them aware of the extent to which energy use is within their control and how they can get greatest value from that energy. For consumers, this is a three-stranded process. Firstly, influencing consumer purchase behavior in favor of the most energy efficient option. Example, a compact fluorescent lamp instead of an ordinary light bulb. Next, informing consumer product usage such that all products, new and old, are used in most efficient way possible. Example, those heating timers and thermostat settings do not result in wasted heat or by driving one's car in a more conservative way. Finally, to stimulate consumer investment in energy efficient products and services which can have substantial energy, example lagging jackets. Among the activities run during Energy Awareness Week 1998 were an energy exhibition at Info, the Environmental Information Service, TV, radio and press advertising, a special edition of Our House TV programme, a family fun day at Dublin Zoo, Energy Awareness Week, radio roadshow, Energy Link exhibitions in schools, Energy Watch Day for primary schools, and a 3-day home energy show at a conference exhibition centre in Dublin. Other activities and promotions were run by the Energy Advisory Board partners, the Electricity Supply Board, ESB, Bord Gáis Éireann, the Irish Gas Board, and Bord na Móna, and Irish Peat Board, as well as other bodies such as CIE, which operates public bus and rail companies, and the Dublin Transportation Office. These last two focused on highlighting the transport options available to consumers and their relative energy implications. So I'm going to leave it there. As you can see, you hear the word sustainable development a lot, and you'll see that in nowadays in all the politicians' language is sustainable development, and this is where they're getting it from. It's a top-down agenda, and it's all coming from Agenda 21. So below there's going to be this document, the Agenda 21 document, and if I would advise everyone to read it the best they can, because it's a long document, but I'm going to keep going here the best I can. So if you like my work, hit the like button and subscribe, and maybe share it if you'd like. See you all later. It's Irish Patriot here.